Hey folks, for those of you who've been waiting, sorry for the delay. There's been some technical difficulties, but we are here now. We are going to play Detuned World with Detuned Paper himself here to help me play it. Let's play a paper game. All right, folks. So here is the game, and Detuned Paper is on the line. Detuned Paper, welcome to the show.
What's up, everyone?
Yo, and hey to folks in chat. Just so everyone knows, I'm probably not going to be able to keep up with what everyone is saying in chat. Like, it's hard to do that while playing a game. I'll do the best I can, but if I'm ignoring your messages, it's not it's not because I hate you or anything. It's just hard to read chat and play a game at the same time. So I'll do my best, but just
Yeah, and I'll double down if he's in the middle of erasing something. I'll keep an eye on the chat too.
oh sweet, thanks, dude.
All right.
Alrighty, so here we have Detuned World. So how do I get started?
And this is actually Detuned World Plus. For those who don't know, this is the definitive one because the original did have some little errors.
Mm-hmm.
But let's get right into it. So there's just that play button right there. That's kind of all you got.
All right, I will click that play button.
Yeah, and then you can turn to your welcome to the Detuned World page.
Alrighty. All right, you've fallen through a portal. Select your character.
So you have 3 classes there, and I think you were inclined towards the clubber when you were streaming the trailer.
Yeah, I do believe I was. So yeah, I guess I'll stick with that.
All right, but you want to hear about how stats work real quick before you make the final decision?
Sure.
So it's pretty simple system. When we get into it, there's very few technicalities. It's just A is for attack, D is for defense, and S is for speed. So when a battle starts, you look at the speeds. The higher side gets to attack first, and then you subtract attack from the opposing defense. And then it's just turn-based like that.
Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and you are able to build onto those stats as you collect stat points, which are basically just the skill points of this game, which you just earn through regular gameplay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you're going with Clever?
Yep. Should I be
all right,
writing things, circling
you should
things?
get your world map page with your main menu, and then you can do a little doodle of it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same as the drawing, but you want to draw that into the little rectangle on the left.
Like the clubber?
Yeah, on your world map page.
Alrighty. So let's see.
And yeah, and then also there'll be an ADS in the corner, and you can copy down his initial ADS.
Okay, his ADS is 7, 6, and 3.
Yeah, and he's got that golf club, so
yeah,
he's on the offense.
All right, sorry, just sharpening my pencil. I'm doing a ridiculous version of Clubber.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You could draw them in your own style. I mean, for me, I'm doing a Let's Play on my channel, and I printed out a little separate copy just to cut it out because I wanted to have it look the same as the other page.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen some people just draw stick figures. It doesn't really matter in the long run since your imagination is just going to take care of the rest,
True. Okay. Either way, he's just about done. Guess I'll finish him in my own style, but still have a hat. Alrighty.
All right, and then with that, you can take out your location page for settlement 1, and that's kind of where you fall through the portal and drop off.
Okay, so we are in settlement 1. And so what's going on here? We've got some creatures spawning and a dude.
Yeah, so you're kind of like you're just taken aback, like you've fallen through a portal, no clue what's going on, but there's nothing threatening per
Mm-hmm.
se. There's just some little rodents and there's that mysterious looking creature, the spinneler, and it's obviously not the type of stuff you'd see back in the real world, but so
Mm-hmm.
far there's nothing too aggressive or dangerous. So you can just look around at the page. You could pick up the items or talk to him if you want.
Okay. So is it, sort of like a PCG, like I can just say what I'm gonna do?
Nah, there's specific actions with each page, so you can fight the monsters that are on a page, and
Mm-hmm.
every living thing has ADS. You could fight another person if you want,
Okay.
or you could talk to him, get the items, but it's mostly about exploration. So looking at what's on the page, do you want to pick up the items or talk to him or
Okay, so yeah, well, I mean, looks like there's a knife, so I definitely want to pick that up.
yeah, so that's the dagger item if you have your items page. That adds, I believe, 5 attack and 2 speed to whatever you equip it to, so that's definitely useful.
Okay, yeah, here is my items page. All right, so how do I, like, where do I write down that I have it? Do I, like, circle it on the items page
You
or?
could um you could just draw it next to your little character on your menu page.
Okay.
If assuming you want to equip it to him, you don't have to equip it. You could just save it if you want.
Okay, on my menu page, you mean like the world map page or the?
The Yeah, you should just keep the world map page like next to the locations because you're going to be writing on it a lot.
Okay. So yeah, all right. So I'll draw the dagger next to him.
Yeah, are you going to equip the item?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So you can add that 3 attack and that 2 defense to your stats that you already had.
Ah, sweet. Okay. So first I'll draw the dagger next to him, and then I'm like 3 attack and 2 speed. I guess I'll just put a plus.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. For me, I
Mm-hmm.
erase it, but I mean, it's all preference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, if I like later on replace it with a different item, I'm just gonna have to erase it again. So, I guess
True,
it's
true.
probably easier to do it this way. All right, so 3 attack and 2 speed. Um, okay, so that being the case, okay, so
Sorry, there's delay. Are you back on the location page?
yeah, I am.
All
Um,
right, so a good idea. If you want, you can talk to that guy, and he's inconsequential. He's not dangerous or anything, and
okay,
he'll actually give you 2 pieces of bait.
okay, so I will do that. um, he says, "You a newcomer? I remember
Yeah,
my
so
first day here."
yeah, so he's been there for a while, but people in the detuned world, they're kind of used to the way it works in there, and they're not always going to be super social. They're going to keep it brief,
Okay,
and he's just trying to help you out. He remembers being stranded there for the first time. So he gives you 2 fresh bait and you can add that to your menu page.
okay. My
And the way bait works is each bait has a different chance of taming a monster later in the game.
okay,
And its alternate purpose is it heals you when your defense is low after combat.
cool. That is pretty sweet. So when you say my menu page, are you referring to the world map still?
Yeah, that page is basically just your main menu for everything.
Okay. And where do I write?
I like to I just used like all the white space on it
Oh,
around the
okay.
box just because it's like a bunch of space. That's where I do all my math for the game too.
Okay. All right. So I'll just put my items over here. We have a dagger. And we have bait times 2. Okay.
Yeah, and that's the fresh bait too, which is it's one of the higher end ones. It's not the worst bait in the game.
Alrighty.
So before we leave, there are those monsters spawning. If you wanted to test out a battle with one of them, you could. And if not, you can just get exploring because this game's all about freedom, so it's up to you.
In that case, well, these creatures look adorable. I don't want to attack them, so I'll leave them alone and I will go exploring.
All right, not all of them are going to be adorable, though, when you get out into the wilderness.
Alrighty.
So looking at our map page, you can travel to any of the adjacent locations. So you can't go off to the Carve, you can't go off to the Cape, but anything that's next to it, you can go.
Okay, only any adjacent location.
And I can give you a little danger warning before you pick too, because you could just die right off the bat since it is just, it's ruthless. It's the Detuned world. You never know what's out there.
Good to know. Let's head over to the mines.
All right, good choice.
Thank you.
All right, you got it pulled up?
Yep. I feel like this stream is lacking in background music. Do you mind if I put some on?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
totally.
thanks. I have a playlist set up of your Detuned World music, which I thought was fitting. So,
yeah, that's perfect for it.
All right, awesome.
I need to make like a 10-minute loop of the main theme.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Because the one uploaded is only 2 minutes at the moment.
Indeed.
All right, so here you are at the mines. You've taken your first steps out of the settlement. You're in the wild now, and there's a little guy down there. He's mining for some sort of resource, and he's actually going to engage you in combat if you read his text, because he has a monster on him, and he's ready to fight.
Are you another bandit? Get away. Alrighty. So this
yeah,
guy...
so someone's come through there before you, clearly, and just robbed him of whatever he had on him. And he only has a ratib tamed, which is one of those little rats from the previous page. So it shouldn't be too difficult.
Okay, wait, Salman says, wait, Detuned paper, can you apply just a little bit of PCG rules to this? Like maybe Zach can ask the NPC something about their past and you can make up their answer? I don't know if you want
Totally. As long as it doesn't mess with the official rules of the game, if it's just lore related, I'm all for that. I think that's great.
Oh, cool. Well, in that case, well, this guy is fighting me though. I don't have a choice in that, right? Like.
Yeah, we can save that for after.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So.
So you should You just want to get your menu page and you want to write down the stats of his ratib next to your stats for the battle. That's the easiest way to look at it.
Okay. So he's got 5, 7, and 6. Okay. All right. So you said the person who has the higher speed, like.
Yeah.
That's who goes first? Was that it?
Yeah.
All right.
So it's 5, 7, 6. So what stats do you have with your item equipped?
Looks like my speed is 5, so he should go first.
Yeah, he gets the first attack. So how much defense do you have?
6.
So you're gonna have 1 defense left over. That rat's gonna jump up, bite you with its rabid teeth, and just leave you hanging with 1 defense.
All right. So like, But like, is that essentially like my health? So like, does that is it permanent?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not permanent because you can heal it with baits or by returning to a settlement.
Okay. So how do I write this? Let me see.
I would do all the battle math, like all the erasing. I would do it up in the white space around the globe itself because it'll let you erase without having to worry about your permanent stuff.
Good idea. Okay, so yeah, I'll write D for defense, and that is going to be 1.
Yeah, and now it's your turn to attack back, so you can subtract your attack from the Ratib's defense.
All right, my attack is a total of 10. So
yeah, so you've got that golf club and a dagger, so you can just wage melee attacks on it and just knock it out. It's just a little rat.
Bam.
And that's an easy victory.
All right.
And since that is a victory against another person and not just a wild monster, you see where it says stat points on your menu page?
Uh-huh.
You can add a little 3 in there because you just earned 3 stat points for that victory.
Sweet.
And yeah, if you saw on the page too, he also drops a grenade when you defeat him too, which can be added to your inventory.
Uh-huh, sweet.
And this is the part of the game where you can kind of play the villain if you want, because if you look down next to the miner, he himself has ADS stats, and after combat with another person, if you're mad at them, if you have a reason to, you can fight them and kill them as well.
Okay. So
and that does reward you. That does reward you more stat points too. So it's up to you as the player if you want to be nice and lose the stat points, or if you want to play the villain and get that experience.
I see. Someone says, Zach, you forgot to name your character.
Oh, you did, huh?
I suppose I should do that. Should I do that now or wait till after?
Fun fact. You could do it now since the battle's over.
Alrighty, sure.
Fun fact, the clubber's canonical name is Richard.
Richard?
Yeah.
In that case, why don't I go with that?
Yeah, because he's on the wealthy side. You know, the Detuned world is a little different for him. He was probably out clubbing at a country club when he fell through the portal.
Nice. All right. And what's start date for?
That's just the date that you start your game on, so you can look back on it and be like, oh, wow, that's a while ago.
Well, it is 2021. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so I'm not gonna kill this guy.
So he's out of the way.
Can I ask, now that he's defeated, can I ask him a question?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be like, I'm not a bandit, but who are these bandits that are attacking you?
So he's gonna tell you, well, they're bandits in my eyes, even if they might work for the government. Because there's these military members that just came through, stripped him of his goods. They even took his shirt, if you look at the drawing.
Oh,
and they went down south towards the Carve.
Oh man, that is true. Shoot. They went down south toward the Carve. All right, good to know. What kind of a government is there here?
No one really knows. He doesn't know for sure. He's been stranded there through a portal.
Oh. Interesting. So, I have yet to meet a single person who's a native to this land.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's I got the fresh bait, right?
Yeah, you could heal your defense, or if you wanted to save the bait, you could just walk right back up to the settlement and heal up there since it's next door.
Yeah, I guess let's walk back to the settlement. All
right, you don't have to flip the page back to the settlement page if you're planning on just leaving right after.
Okay. So you can heal at settlements?
Yeah. Because the way it works is if you look, every location has an assigned danger level, and since a settlement always has a danger level of 0, that's the one place that you can get your rest and recover.
Gotcha. Okay. So so that guy, like, fighting him was not optional, but fighting the creatures is still optional?
Unless there's parentheses with the letters AG in them, because that means it's a monster that's coming at you. But these creatures are optional to fight.
Gotcha. Okay.
However, both of them do have like pretty good ranking stats among monsters, and I mean, I don't know if that'd be a good choice this early.
So, like, would you recommend, like, putting a check mark next to a place after I've been to it?
Yeah, for sure, because you can always revisit places later on, but if you just want to keep track, it's a good idea.
All right. So, in that case, I'm at the settlement. Let's, well, my defense is healed, so it is back to full, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 6. All right, let's head over to Lower Bay. I want to see what's going on over there.
All right.
Settlement 2, Lower Cliffs, Rocky Hill, Upper Bay.
That's a fitting song for this game.
Yeah. Port, Forest, the Carve. Here we go, Lower Bay. Alrighty. So let's see, here in Lower Bay, we've got, someone says, Zach, you should definitely capture a monster ASAP because you can explore more without worrying about dying. Oh, so this is like... Right. You said I could use bait to tame monsters. So this is like Pokemon, sort of, right? Like you can capture monsters.
It's sort of like a mix of like a post-apocalyptic game without the apocalypse and that aspect of Pokemon.
That is really cool. Okay,
so
yeah.
Over here in Lower Bay, it's a danger level of 1. This is like a super safe place. There's just a mellow breeze blowing, simple beach, soft sand, nothing to worry about, and some little aquatic monsters. And if you look on the ground, there's a bowler hat that you can pick up, which will add to the defense of what you equip it to.
Okay, I will get the bowler hat.
And you can only have 1 item per thing in your party, so you can save that for a monster, or you could switch it out with your dagger if you wanted.
Wait, you said we can only have 1 item per person in your party, or?
So you can carry as many, but I'm saying you can't equip a second item to your character.
Okay, so I can have only 1 item equipped to my character, and if I capture a monster, that monster can have only 1 item equipped to him, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so let's see. What am I doing? All right. So what's going on with these radio broadcasts?
So if we go down to Lower Cliffs later in your exploration, there's an item that'll let you listen in on those, but I don't want to say too much about that.
Okay. So I don't
until the time comes.
So okay, so I can choose to fight these creatures.
And if you get a monster's defense to 0, you can tame it after you have a chance to tame it.
Okay, so like ideally I should get its defense down to 0 and then use bait.
Okay. And you want to flip a coin or roll a die, because each bait has like a simple chance, like it'll be 1/2, 1/4.
Okay. I don't know if I have any coins or dice around here. Let me see.
I can do it over here on my end.
All right, that works.
So do you want to? Are you gonna hunt for a beta shark or a mud crab?
Well, let me. I do like the stats on mud crab, but on the other hand, beta shark is cool. So I'm torn.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Can I have multiple monsters?
Yeah, you can carry up to 3 with you, following you at a time, and then your additional ones will just wander until you add them to your party.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get both of them then.
You might want to save your other slots though, because there are going to be definitely more beneficial ones later. But it is up to you if you just want to collect the critters.
Mm-hmm. So wait, like you said, I can carry up to 3 in my party, and then sorry, what did you say after that? You said they like you can store them somewhere else, or no?
Yeah, any extra ones that you tame after your 3 slots are full will wander their area, and then you can go back and add them to your party.
Okay, so like
If you want to switch around.
So essentially, like, let's say I had 3 filled up, and then I, tame a beta shark. Then I basically just have the option of switching one out for him if I travel back to that area.
Yeah.
Okay. So, by the way, Via says, notice the Zuvak on the back of Zach's room. It's right over there. Yeah, Via made that. So, yeah, just thought I'd point that out. Anyway, what am I doing?
I would go for the mud crab personally, just because there is a little complicated rule where the amount of stat points you can add into a monster, this won't be an issue till way later in the game, but you can only add 30 to each monster in your character.
Okay. All right, well, let's go for the mud crab.
And you can... Yeah, good choice.
I will, so I guess we have equal speed, so who goes first? Do we flip a coin?
Yeah, you flip a coin, I'll do it over here. So that mud crab comes scuttling up out of the shore. He was kind of buried in the sand halfway, and he just comes at you. I'm rolling the die. If it lands on an even number, he's going to get the first hit.
All right.
It's a 4.
Oof. All right.
So he comes at you with those sharp claws, just pinches you as hard as he can, and does 11 attack to your defense.
Whew. So I'm defeated.
Yeah, so when you are defeated, you can still explore, but you can't enter combat, so your best choice would just be to go back to the settlement or use a bait.
Yeah, I guess I'll go back to the settlement.
All right, are you just going to run back there and then run back over to Lower Bay?
Well, I figure as long as I'm there, now that I know the PCG rules exist, I want to ask the guy some questions.
Over at the settlement? Okay,
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay, so let's go back to settlement 1. Let's see. You a newcomer? I remember my first day here. So I'll ask him. Well, first of all, like, what world did you come from? Are you from the same world that I'm from?
He's going to say, what do you mean, what world did I come from? I'm from Earth, just like you. I fell through here because I was misfortunate, as we all are in here.
Okay, cool. What is it, what is it like here? I mean, I heard somebody else say something about a government. Do you know anything about that?
He tells you that he doesn't risk his ass walking out of the settlement because it's too dangerous out there in the wilderness, so he can't tell you much. But he has seen military groups walking around.
Okay. And you haven't discovered anything about why you might have been teleported here?
He says he doesn't really have much of an idea why it was him specifically. He's just lucky he survived this long. But he has noticed that there seems to be people from all different groups falling through these portals.
Okay. Weird. Has everyone who's fallen through a portal been from Earth, or is any from other worlds?
All he's ever seen is humans, monsters, and military members.
Okay. Well, thanks, buddy. All right. So, let's go back again, and this time I'm gonna aim for the beta shark because I feel like that is less difficult to defeat.
All right, but before we go that route, you know those 3 stat points you have from your earlier victory?
Mm-hmm.
Those can be added into one of your stats if you want to get that victory against the mud crab and you think you can win using those stat points.
So when I add the stat points into my stats, is that like a permanent addition?
Yeah, it is a permanent addition. It's like buffing yourself up with your experiences that you've had out there.
I see. So, like leveling up essentially. So, like,
yeah.
Is there any other use for stat points or just that?
You can use them to unlock skills, but the skills are mostly there as a post-game option. They don't give too much of a benefit for the main playthrough.
Okay.
Basically, the skills are there because eventually everyone's going to run out of items, so there's a skill in the game that'll let you get a random item if you enter a dangerous location.
All right.
It's mostly a way so people can keep getting bait and keep taming what they want to tame.
All right. Gotcha. Let's see. Someone says I was thinking the same Zach could increase speed then beat Mud Crab. Well, speed just makes me go first, but oh yeah, that is true. That would work actually, right?
Yeah.
All I have to do is hit him once. Huh. Well, you know what? Let's do that. I will use one of my stat points to increase speed and the other 2 to increase defense.
All right.
So let's...
And you might want to add a little fraction, like a little /30 in somewhere nearby your character, because you have to keep track of how many stat points you put into each party member since they have a 30 limit.
Wait, like so there's a 30 limit of stat points that you're allowed to spend, essentially, in total?
In each monster you have.
Okay. So, so far I've spent 3 out of 30 on him. Okay. So, now he has 4 speed plus 2 from the dagger, and 8 defense.
Yeah, so that should be an easy victory against that mud crab since you've practiced a little and invested those stat points.
Indeed. All right, well, let's go do that. I will go attack the mud crab, and I will, since I have higher speed, I go first. And
yeah, so that mud crab comes back up. He's raging at you for attacking him earlier. He scuttles towards you, goes in to grab you with his singular claw, but you can just outspeed him, jump up, and stomp him out easily.
All right. And I will do that. My attack is 7 plus 3, so 10. And I will... So I defeat him, right?
Yeah, and you earn 1 stat point for each victory against wild monsters, so you can add another stat point to your bank of them on the right.
Alrighty. So, I'll use one of my bait and capture him.
All right, we have a chance, though. If you look at your items page, the fresh bait runs a 1 out of 2 chance. So I'm going to roll another die right here. And we're going to see if this mud crab takes the bait and decides to go along with you.
Okay.
That's a 6. He's yours.
Woot. All right. Monsters. Let's see. I got a mud crab.
Yeah, so you can keep track of his ADS on the same page as yours, just over to whatever slot is available.
Okay. So his ADS is 11, 10, and 5. All right. Very cool. So.
Yeah, and you could equip that hat to him if you wanted to buff him up a little more.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. Can I later take the hat off and put it on something else?
Yeah, totally.
All right, so then I'll do that.
And if you look at your items page, that is, I believe, plus 5 defense.
Yep. All right, so let me add that to his defense. He's up to 15 defense.
All right, do you mind if I take a quick bathroom break? I'll be right back.
Sure. I'll take the time to talk to chat. So what's going on, chat? How are you guys doing? Via says, go Zach. Oh my god, I love he printed out and can use this stuff. That's a super cool idea. Thanks, Via. I too enjoy printing things out and using the stuff. Someone says I agree. Let me go back and see what folks' stuff that I missed. I feel like there's a ton of good chat stuff that I missed. Let's see, and Starry's eating turtles.
All right, I'm back, guys.
Hey. Alrighty. How's it going, Super Ball? Okay, so now that I have accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in Lower Bay, I guess I'll check that off and head over to the carve. You said something about some military guys going.
That's real dangerous down there, though. You might want to get a better sense of what's going on before you take that trip.
But if I get defeated, I can just retreat back to the settlement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not the end of the world, even if I do get defeated.
Yeah. I'm just trying to give fair warnings, but
all right, thanks, dude.
Let's go to the carve.
Yeah. All right. The carve.
And another quick question. JPGS asked if I have plans to make Combat 3 or a Swamp Survival trilogy. I don't know what he means by trilogy, but as far as other combat games go, not for a while. Because I'm really invested in the Detuned World Series. It's kind of my favorite thing to make. So, who knows?
Very cool. Very cool. Where did I put carve? Mountains, stretch, cave 1. Lower Bay, Settlement 2. Lower Cliffs. Sorry, folks. I just can't find the page.
Yeah, there's an official order for them, but I didn't do a good job about it in the PDF because the photo to PDF converter I use doesn't let you rearrange them, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, that sucks. I have the same issue with PDFs. I don't know which app to
But
use.
yeah.
Here it is, the carve.
Yeah, for those of you guys that play it digitally on the drive, on the Google Drive, they are in the easiest order, the expected order, I guess I should say.
Sweet. Okay, the carve, danger level 3.
Yeah, so you get to the carve, and this is a lot different than the other environments you've been in. There's no soft breeze, there's no wind at all, actually. It's just dry and arid. You're standing on nothing but sand and dead grass, and off in the distance, you can see a little green outpost tent that's just peeking open, and it looks like there's someone inside of it coming out to greet you.
And that's this guy, I take it? Like the, what the hell are
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
He's got 3 months.
So he has monsters. He has monsters following him, so he's engaging you in combat immediately.
Oh.
And right off the bat, this guy just has a dangerous aura around him. He looks like he might be a drill sergeant or something.
All right. Oof. I do not.
You could talk to him real quick before his monster reaches yours. You could talk to him.
I'll be like, "Hey, sorry to intrude. I'm just lost." I'll.
So he grabs his walkie-talkie off of his waist and interrupts you. He whispers something into it, but you can still kind of hear him. He says, "Subject has reached the carve," and then he hangs it up, puts it in his pocket, and just goes silent.
Okay. I'll be like, "Okay, well, I feel like I should probably get out of here because." Okay, can I run away from him, or do I have to fight him now?
I mean, officially there's no running away, but since he would just destroy you right now and you'd have to go back to the settlement, we could just have you return to the settlement anyway and skip the writing.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, so let's say Richard over here gets knocked out so bad he blacks out, but he remembers losing and he has to go back to the settlement or use a bait to heal.
Okay, that works. So we go back to the settlement. Maybe I should go to some other places and do some more things first.
Yeah, there's just the Detuned world is a really polarizing place because you can explore some nice places like the Lower Bay, and it's serene. There's no society or buildings, and it's interesting to walk around out there. But then you step into the wrong area, and you can just get obliterated by what's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. So, oh, by the way, question. How does combat work with multiple monsters? Like, do you choose which one of your monsters? Like.
Yeah. Only one is engaged at a time, and you could also lead with your character itself if you wanted. But basically, just one unit from your party versus the opponents. And if they have multiple monsters, the order that they send them in is from left to right.
Gotcha. Left to right. Okay, so he would have fought me with Sabercat first, with 23 attack and 20 defense.
Yeah.
All right. And what if they defeat one of my monsters, then they can fight me?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So, well, let's check out Lower Cliffs. It's another
good idea. Yeah, I have a feeling you're really gonna enjoy the Lower Cliffs.
All right. So here we are in the Lower Cliffs. Looks like there's like some sort of a antenna thing going on over here.
Yeah. So there's been a few little sonars throughout the locations, but they've kind of been off in the distance. So this is your first time being right up close to one. Mm-hmm. And there actually looks like there's another portal dweller, you could call him, wandering around nearby.
Sweet. Another portal dweller. He says that tower has to be man-made. Mind slaying that beast so I can look closer. I'll say to him, so wait, you came out of a portal from Earth like me?
He says, of course I did, but unlike those settlement goers, I've been trying to find out what's going on in here.
I'll say, awesome. Have you met anyone who isn't from Earth or like is native to this place? And also, have you been able to figure out anything about what's going on?
He tells you that with his hand radio, he's gotten in on a few of the broadcasts, but it's been real staticky for him.
Oh man. And did he learn? So he didn't really learn much from that?
He tells you that all he learned is that there used to be a place called Settlement 3 somewhere, and that it was quote-unquote eradicated by someone.
Interesting. Okay, so... let's see. Shall I get rid of this scrap pod? Oh, and it attacks me. It has an AG, right?
Yep.
All right.
It is aggressive. So as soon as you're done talking to that guy, you hear this sort of high-pitched buzzing behind you. You look up at the radio tower, and out from the husk of the sonar cup, that little cone, flies out this little weird thing. You've never seen anything like it, and it is a scrap pod.
Oh, man. That is intense. I will...
Yeah, and it also has pretty good stats, so I don't know if that one's gonna work out too well.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll have to see. All right, I'll send out my mud crab to fight it. It has higher speed than my mud crab, so I guess it goes first.
Yeah. So that scrap pod, it has a little two-headed thing going on, and the head on the back kind of yaps while the one on the front appears to be focused. That little target on its eye kind of rotates and locks in on you, and it just spirals towards you and attacks the mud crab.
Oh, man. Okay, so, so he does 11 damage to the mud crab?
Yeah, how much defense does that mud crab have?
It has 15.
Alright, so mud crab tanks the hit. He kind of falls back, shakes on his crab legs a little bit. He gets back up.
Alright, and so I will attack him for 11 damage.
Yeah, so your mud crab, right while the scrap pod's down low enough that it can attack mud crab, it reaches up with its claw and yanks on it as hard as it can and manages to get a good tear into it.
Okay. So
it has 2 defense remaining.
Yes. Okay, so then I guess it attacks me for 11 again, and mud crab is dead, right?
Yeah, mud crab's defense is 0.
Okay. When mud crab dies, can he heal too, or do I have to like go capture another one?
Yeah, all of your, I call them entities. Basically anything with ADS functions the same. It can be healed. You can add stat points to it. You can give it an item.
Okay. Sweet. In that case, well, so now that mud crab is defeated, can I can I attack Scrapod immediately, or do?
Yeah, now your character can come out and attack him if you want.
Okay. Someone says, "Did you know real-life crabs will easily cut off their own limbs if damaged or caught in another's mouth?" Interesting. Good to know. But anyway,
Hmm.
yeah. So do I have to do we have to compare speeds again, or do I just step into Mudcrab's turn?
You do officially. You need to compare speeds immediately because that way people need to prepare with high speeds. But for the sake of the stream and PCG magic, I'm gonna say that Scrapod's feeling a little out of it after Mudcrab tore into him, and you can get the first attack.
All right, sweet, thanks.
Because it wouldn't be any fun to be grinding on stream.
True. Alrighty, so in that being the case, I will attack him for 8. And he was already down to 2, so yeah, he's defeated.
Yeah. So Scrapod's out of it. His hovering mechanisms aren't working the way they usually do, and your clubber can just pick that golf club up and smack him into the dirt real quick.
Nice. I will also use a bait.
And that a victory against an aggressive monster earns you 3 stat points to add.
Sweet. Got 4 stat points. All right. So, okay, so, that being the case, yeah, so I used the bait to try and capture Scrapod.
You want to tame that one too?
Yeah, why not? He seems powerful and
50% chance. I'm gonna grab the die. That's the 2.
All right, wait. So
even numbers. So the Scrapod is tamed. He goes for the bait, and he's in bad condition. He sees you giving him bait, reaching out your hand, and he decides he'll go along with you as well.
Sweet. All right, Scrapod. Okay, so
and you've completed your quest for that man.
Sweet.
And alternatively, if you did want to go the villain route, he also has ADS because he is an entity.
Mm-hmm.
Some players might want to, but you could just kill him and avoid the quest.
All right. And there's like a reward for killing him, which is like the radio thing, right?
Yeah, but you do still get that reward for the quest, of course.
All right, sweet. So he just gives me the radio?
Yeah. Because he wanted to go examine that tower. He's already exhausted his mental energy with the radio. It wasn't working for him. He just wants to check that out and get a sense of what's going on. He hands it over to you since you helped him.
I'll tell him, why don't you go back to the settlement and I'll come back and report to you when I find out what's going on.
He tells you he doesn't really like the guy that lives at the settlement because he's kind of a beephead, and he decides he's just going to stay out at the lower cliff since he likes the breeze and there's no more Scrapods to antagonize him.
All right, well, I'll tell him in that case I'll stop by and, do you need anything? Can I get you, some bait or something?
He tells you that he's all good and he's just thankful he can finally look at the sonar up close.
All right. So,
and there is also there's a grime bait on the ground over there.
Ah, I'll grab it. What kind of bait you said?
So that's the grime bait. The strawberry looking one that you've been using that you just ran out of is the fresh bait. And that has a half chance of taming. The grime bait has a quarter chance of taming.
Okay. Grime bait. All right. Yeah, it says Detuned paper. I'm still working on the Detuned world animation, by the way. It's going to be released in episodes on my YouTube when I finish the project I'm working on right now.
Yeah, I'm so hyped for that. I've been meaning to tell you I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, that is super cool. Okay, so, I got the radio, right? Let's see.
Yeah, so now you can flip to that broadcast page if you want.
Uh-huh.
And another thing, another little PCG magic moment. Officially, you're only supposed to look at the broadcasts that are displayed on a given location, since the sonars are placed around the detuned world, and the broadcasts actually correspond to which towers you see in the artwork. But since we're here on the stream, we can just get a look at all of them.
Okay, sure. I mean, I don't mind waiting till I'm in particular locations.
I mean, they're going to be on the screen anyways, and who knows? Maybe the scrap pod was interfering with the radio signal, and now that it's not nesting up there, you can get a better listen.
Okay. All right, so let's see. Well, this one is at Lower Cliff, so that's probably the one I hear right now, right?
Yeah, that's the closest one.
Yeah. Settlement 3 has been successfully eradicated. No subjects remain. Permission to return to base. So that's the same thing that he mentioned hearing, right?
Yeah. Or I think the miner mentioned hearing that earlier.
Yeah. So let's see. Mountains. No signs of health defects or mutation in the settlements. The subjects who have survived all seem normal. You should be pleased, Chairman. Interesting. From Cape 1. Requesting help from the chairman. This monster is too dangerous for us. It's mauled my back up and it's coming for me now. Send help immediately. Cape 1 seems dangerous.
Yeah. And if you look at the radio signal too, you can see it spiking up there and then slowly dying out since no one's been using that tower ever since.
It's a nice detail. Military base. It says message for high-ranking officers. Subjects successfully transferred. Stay on guard for aggressive monsters and begin your study. Alrighty. Good to know. Okay, so, let's see. That's all I have to do here, right? I completed the quest, I captured the monster.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can always, when you revisit a location, the monster will respawn every time you revisit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a one-time thing. More scrap pods will hatch, more scrap pods will be drawn to that tower.
All right, so let's go back to settlements and heal up. And heal up my mud crab as well as the scrap pod.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and one thing, this is definitely helpful, but when you use a piece of bait to heal, it heals all of your members.
Oh, nice. Good to know.
Yeah, so eventually when you maybe go off to that island in the distance, you're not going to have to go all the way back to the settlement each time.
That's good. All right, so let's go back to the carve.
All right.
Wait, maybe
that might not. Yeah.
It's still not powerful enough.
Yeah, that guy seems to be a higher ranking officer since he's out there controlling his own outpost.
All right, so I guess I get defeated again and go back to the settlement and heal up.
Yeah.
All right, so in that case, let's go investigate Rocky Hill. Seems to be the next.
All right.
For those following the map, Rocky Hill is right here to the north of Settlement 1.
Well, it's presumably the north.
True. Yeah. I mean, there's no directions on this map.
Yeah.
Markers, I mean.
Not to say there's an official canonical compass for the game.
Right. Okay, we've got Rocky Hill. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's some radio broadcasts, but those are the ones I've already heard, right? 102209. Yep. And
Charlie's Daniel Lott. I made this game. My YouTube is Detuned Paper.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, so
there he is. That's your old friend from the first stream, Mellowcore.
This guy. He has a really low speed.
As you get up to Settlement 1, as you leave Settlement 1 and approach Rocky Hill, it's still kind of a nice little simple plains area. It doesn't have too much of a bad aura around it, but you do hear this massive roar from behind the rock, and out emerges this aggressive Mellowcore, and it looks pretty intimidating, but he starts walking towards you, and he moves at the speed of a sloth because he does only have 3 speed.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll pick up the ground items. We got that's grind bait, right?
Yep, 2 grind bait and a razor, and the razor is a slightly different item than the dagger.
Okay, so let's see. I have 3 grind bait now. And the razor,
that adds 5 attack, I believe.
Okay, yes, indeed. All right. So,
or actually, you might want to double check because I think it might be 6 attack.
No, it's 5. Checking.
All right.
Yeah. So I will give that to my scrap pod.
All right, good choice.
And I will I'll attack Mellowcore.
Yeah, so you obviously outspeed him, you know. He talks a big game, he howls and roars, but in the end, he's a super slow monster, and you can get that first hit on him.
Alright, so my attack is 16. So I just defeat him.
Yeah, so Scrapod's got that dagger on him. He has that high speed. He can just swipe by and slash him as fast as he can and knock him out.
Sweet.
And that does earn you 3 more stat points.
Sweet.
Since it is yet another aggressive victory.
Alrighty. Let's see. So that's all I need to do here.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, so let's move on.
Yeah, but right now, since you're still in kind of a somewhat safe area, the danger level's only 1 as it shows, it might be a good time to use those stat points.
True.
Just a helpful tip I got from my boy Tutorial Bot.
He does know his stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I will, let's see.
Salmon the fish, Mellowcore. Good monster to capture early on. I totally agree with you. I got one the first time I played too.
Yeah, I mean, I would capture him, but like now that I have
I mean you already have some powerful monsters following you.
Yeah. So let's see. Via says goes Dak. Thank you, V. I will. Let's see. I'll give. Do I want to level myself up or one of my monsters?
Since your monsters always go out first. I mean, well, they don't always go out first. I shouldn't say that, but most people prefer to do that, or at least that's how me and a few screenshots I've seen played it. It just depends because since every entity does have the 30 stat point limit, usually like this is some like meta game complexity stuff. Obviously anyone can play it however they want to, but I would save the stat points for the higher base stat monsters.
Yeah. Good. That does make a lot of sense. Good call.
Yeah, and the multi-cup meta is like really interesting. Like if I could get a little group chat of people to battle in there, it's cool to see how you can build monsters differently with the stats that they spawn with.
That sounds epic. Okay, so I will I guess I'll save the stat points for now. I don't know what I want to do with them. So let me let's head to settlement 2.
All right. While you get that page, I have to take a quick break for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. Here is settlement 2. Farm Spore and Roacher. These guys are cool. Let's see what else we've got here. Well, maybe I should react to chat for a bit and wait for him to get back. Charles Lee didn't make this game. Detuned Paper did. Go subscribe to him. Very true, and Starry. Yes, you should. Everyone should go subscribe to Detuned Paper. He does not have enough subscribers, and his art is very good, and his games are very cool. Someone says would be fun. So fun.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, dude. If someone.
Are we taking a little chat break?
Yeah, I was responding to chat while you were gone. I just wanted to finish what Salman was saying, but then we can continue.
I'm gonna take a quick look.
All right. It would be funny if someone.
Salman, that is totally funny because you definitely understand how the speed attack thing works. Because speed and attack are like somewhat broken.
Mm-hmm.
With it's been kind of evened out with the new monster added in multi-cup, but speed and attack are definitely really good stats to bulk.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, let's continue.
All right, so you're here at settlement 2. It's definitely a little more developed than the first settlement. There's smoke billowing out of the house. They have a steel-looking chimney. They have a big hole dug like they're looking for something.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I wonder what they're looking for. Well, first of all, we've got some ground items over here. Those are 2 grime baits, I believe. So that brings us up to 5.
It's good to stockpile those for when you're out in the wilderness and you have to heal up quick.
Indeed. So let's see. Neither of these creatures are AGs, so I don't have to attack them, and they both have pretty low stats, so I don't necessarily want to capture them. So let's check out these people. This guy at the bottom says you need something. Take this and get out of here.
Yeah, so he's definitely a little reclusive because of maybe some of his experiences here in the Detuned world, and he just tosses you that razor and tells you to get out.
All right, fair enough. I will as soon as I'm done here, buddy. Let me talk to the other guy. He says we got fused together in the portal. Help us with a cure. Man, that sucks.
Yeah, so they're trying to make some sort of little liquid injection cure that'll help separate what's fusing them.
I say, well, I don't have any fungal bait right now, but I will definitely come back when I do.
All right. They thank you graciously, and then they both shake hands with you, even the little Siamese twin on the back.
All right, sweet. I will, let's head up to Upper Bay.
All right.
Assuming, of course, I can find it. Here's Lower Bay. Mines. Here we go. Upper Bay. Okay, danger level 2. We've got a squidel. Oh my gosh, I have to capture a squidel.
Are you a squid guy?
Yeah. But
Squidell actually has pretty solid stats for just like an aquatic monster.
Indeed. However, Lemon is jumping at me.
Yeah, so Lemon's aggressive. You're kind of hanging out with your feet in the water, looking at those Squidell and looking around, but then you notice something kind of coming up out of the sand. And at first you just see that little shark on the left, and it's like, oh, it's a cute little shark. And then out of nowhere, all the sand dumps off. This thing comes up out of the deep and it bites you and it initiates combat.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so I guess I will use my scrap pod. It has... My scrap pod has a higher speed, so he goes first.
Yeah.
And he deals 15 damage.
Yeah, so that Lemon, he might look scary, but in the end, he is just like a big round shark, and he doesn't have the best, what would be the word? Liquid dynamacy. He can't move too quick, so you do get that first hit.
All right. So then I guess he hits me for 20, which completely defeats Scrap Pod.
Yeah.
All right.
So while Scrap Pod is kind of getting back up out of the water, trying to get back into the sky where he lives, that Lemon can get a big snap on him with his jaws and just bite down, destroying it.
All right. So in that case, what happens if you and the monster have the same speed?
You flip a coin.
All right. Well, I guess I have no other... Like, I can't put up Mud Crab to fight him because Mud Crab has a lower speed than him, so he's going to go first, and Mud Crab is just going to be defeated anyway.
Yeah.
So I have the same speed as him.
I could take the gamble. I could roll the die again.
Yeah, all right.
It's kind of the only choice you have with that thing coming at you.
Yeah. All right, do it.
All right. I'll take your bet on this one, even or odd.
Odd.
All right, they've all been even so far earlier. Let's shake it up. A 3.
Oh.
Yeah. So I guess Lemon just kind of gets caught up in a little bit of sand on the bank of the shore and slows a little bit too much for that attack, and you can get the first hit.
Sweet. All right. So, I will, yeah, I will use a grind bait and capture him. Or try to capture him.
All right. So that's a 1 in 4 chance, so I'm going to grab the coin. Since it's a little harder to do with a die.
Okay.
1 second, I got to find a coin over here.
Why is everybody in chat smashing their keyboards? What's going on? What did I miss?
All right, so it's a 1 in 4 chance, so 2 of the same flip is going to earn you that successful tame. So are you going to go heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. That's 1 tails. Heads on the second one, so you've lost a bait.
Dang.
Yeah, and that Lemon, he is totally out of it. He's just got defeated, but he can scurry back off into the water and get away.
All right. So if I come back...
That is one thing about
Yeah. I was just going to say, so if I come back here, you say the Lemon is just going to respawn, right?
Yeah, it'll be a different Lemon that comes and you will have to defeat it again.
So, like, is it still going to be AG?
Yeah, they're always aggressive. It's just in the nature of that species.
Okay, so question. Do I have to go through places to get to other places? Like if I wanted to go, let's say if I wanted to go from Settlement 1 up to Cape 1, hypothetically, would I have to first go through Rocky Hill and Upper Bay and like trigger whatever creatures are there, or can I just go?
Yeah, since it's closest adjacent locations, that's basically in order so that there is like an obstacle for going off to the far places. I put aggressive monsters in those in-betweens.
Gotcha. Okay. So,
yeah. But you defeated it now, so in the future it should be just as easy for you since you will be getting stronger.
Indeed.
And you also did get three more stat points from that victory.
Oh, sweet. I'm up to 10.
Yeah, that's a good amount.
Indeed.
That can totally buff up something.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, what's this on the ground? That is a
strange injection. That's probably the best item that you can find in the game because that will add 5 points to any stat.
Whoa, sweet.
And unlike the other equipable items, that one's a consumable, so you use it and it basically works like 5 stat points. It still goes towards the total of 30, and it can't be switched from monster to monster like the other items.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's why on the items page it's down in the tools section.
That makes sense. Okay, so there's radio broadcasts, but we've already heard them. And I guess I'll put a check next to Upper Bay. Do I want to try and capture Squidel? See, the thing is, if, like, my scrap pod is dead right now, right? Or knocked out, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, but remember, one bait does heal everything in your party.
That's true, but I'm not sure if I want to
waste if you want to waste a bait.
Yeah. Since it's only a 1 in 4 chance of capturing something.
Yeah, and it'll just run away right after.
Yeah, then again, if I go back to the settlement to heal, I'm going to have to fight Lemon again.
True.
Can Mudcrab defeat him?
Yeah, you can always weigh out the stats before you battle something as long as it's not aggressive.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I want to give some stat points to something just so that you can defeat him? Is that a good thing to do? I mean...
Yeah, they're your stat points to use. But one thing that might help you out if you do want to go back to a settlement, you remember that grenade you picked up earlier?
Mm-hmm.
So when you equip that to something, it says plus skill grenadier, and if you turn to the skills page, you can see what that does. It basically makes it so when you enter a location and there's an aggressive monster, it just loses 4 defense right off the bat because you can huck a grenade at it.
Oh wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's like the one skill that I wanted to be really accessible during the main playthrough instead of just post-game stuff, because it can, like, if you use it wisely, it can really help you out when you're exploring.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I guess I'll use 2 stat points to give Mudcrab some more speed.
Alright.
So let's get him up to 7. And then let's have Mudcrab attack Squidel.
Alright, so you get out, you wade a few feet into the shallow water, and you see these tentacles coming up out of the sand, and what do you know? It's a Squidel. Its beak comes up, and the battle begins.
Alright, so I will, attack it for 11, and,
Alright, you take it out, right?
Yeah, and I'll use Grime Bait.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
First one landed tails. Second one landed tails.
Sweet. So I got him?
Successful tame, yep.
All
So
right.
Squidall goes for the grind bait. He crawls up out of the sand and he decides he'll follow you too.
All right, so let's see. He's got 15, 11, and 6.
And a fun little lore fact for everyone watching, the reason that these monsters are so easy to tame with just throwing food at them when they're weak is because the monsters in the Detuned world evolved without people around, so they don't know that we hunt, and there was never that natural selection to make them scared of us.
Oh, fascinating.
It's kind of like it's like in the Galapagos Islands here in the real world, the animals are super friendly because there are never people out there.
Wow, that's interesting. That's really cool.
I mean, that's the only way to explain how throwing a strawberry at a shark will make it want to befriend you.
Yeah, I suppose so. That's a cool bit of lore right there. Okay, so I will. I'm gonna give my razor to Squidell. I had an extra razor, I believe. So
that's a cool image, like a Squidell with its tentacle wrapped around a little razor blade.
Yeah, right. And so therefore, Razor gives +5 attack, so therefore he is up to 20 attack.
Yeah. And if anyone's watching this and has been playing multi-cup with anyone else or anything, Squidell is like the best monster for the square tier because he's just under the limit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's that multi-cup page that we'll get into if we ever do another stream because it's totally like way after everything else, but there's different tiers based on their base ADS added up.
Sweet. All right, so that being the case, I am going to head over to... Actually, let me go just back to Settlement 2 and heal. I assume I can heal at Settlement 2?
Yeah, anywhere with a danger level of 0.
Okay. So I'll heal at Settlement 2, and this time let's go back through Rocky Hill so I don't have to fight Lemon again.
There is that Melocore at Rocky Hill, though, but we know that you would just take it out so you can just get 3 stat points because that's an easy victory at this point.
Ah, true.
With his 3 speed, there's pretty much no way that that's going to pose a threat.
Okay, so I had 8 because I just used 2. So now I have 3 more, you say?
Yeah, because it's an aggressive monster once again.
Okay. So now I have 11 skill points.
Yeah. And of course, everyone watching this, if you're not streaming and you want to get the full experience, you should go to the page and erase everything and do it, but that's obviously not very entertaining.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's head over to the stretch.
All right. Yeah, so the stretch is kind of an interesting piece of geography because that's your only way of getting from the mainland over to the little island because the water bordering between them is so shallow there that you can just walk between.
Cape 2, mountain. Here we go, the stretch. Woof. Attack 26, defense 20, speed 7.
Yeah. Luckily, Armapod is not aggressive. It's kind of just an apex predator, but it's not going to go for humans.
Sweet.
Armapod's based on the arthropods. If any of you guys know about like old fossils and stuff or have watched a documentary, I remember seeing one when I was little, and I just thought it was like the craziest looking animal.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were real things like that at one point.
That's crazy.
He was the cover monster of the original release.
Oh really? Like the original
Yeah.
original Detuned paper? Detuned World. Sorry.
Just the just the of this game, since this you're playing Detuned World Plus right now, which is like the refined version, but the regular Detuned World 2021, he was on the cover.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and for good reason too, because he has ridiculous ADS.
Indeed. Or at least ridiculous A and D. S is sort of ordinary.
Yeah. A 7 for speed is like mediocre. There's worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily fight it right now, but there is some bait on the ground for you to pick up.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so there is. I'll go back up to 5 grind bait. I could beat him if I wanted to. All I would have to do is pump up Squidell's
He'll take
speed.
a toll on you, though.
Oh no, I could even do it with. Well, I guess I could pump up Mudcrab's speed by 1. Then he goes first. Oh no, but Mudcrab only deals 11.
Yeah, Armapod has that hard shell on him.
Yeah. So it would have to be Squidell, and I would have to pump up his speed to 8. So I'd have to use 2 skill points. Then he would deal 20 damage and take him out.
True, because he does have that razor.
Indeed. So you were saying like how there's 30 skill points can be spent on each creature, right?
Yeah. All living entities can have up to 30 stat points added into them.
Cool. Right. Oh yeah, I forgot to write down this one from Mudcrab. I spent 2 on him, so that's 2 out of 30. I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so
and you still have that strange injection too. I don't think you used that yet.
True. So about crossing over to the island, like can I just do that anytime or?
Yeah, you can do that at any point, but if you read the rules on the Google Doc, you can only do that from the stretch to the port.
Okay.
Because those are just the 2 adjacent locations that would let you cross between land masses realistically.
Right. Let's see. Do I want to capture Armapod? Is that worth it? Maybe I
Honestly, of all the people that have sent me their save files, most people have one on their team just because it's so good. You would have to swap out one of your monsters that you have already.
Yeah. Probably would swap out Mudcrab for him.
Yeah, Mudcrab's probably the glassiest.
So if I swap out a monster, can I get back that exact monster again, or?
Yeah, you can just write down its ADS and its name off to the side somewhere and save it for later.
Okay. Nonetheless, I don't have that. I have like the worst bait. Maybe I should come back when I have better bait, so there will be a higher chance.
Yeah, but ground items do not respawn.
Okay.
So you'd have to venture off into a new area for that.
Gotcha. Should I before I head over to the island, should I check out Cape 1 or not?
It's up to you, but you did get that radio broadcast earlier.
There's a dangerous monster up there.
Yeah. Something bad's happened up there. There's a reason that the radio tower stopped sending out signals.
Also, I would have to go through Upper Bay to get there, right?
True, but we could fast travel through that battle since you already beat it one time, as long as everything's fully healed.
All right.
But to make it fair, let's say if you are gonna skip the battle, you're definitely gonna take damage from the lemon. So do you want to just fast travel through the battle and then use a bait to heal? Because that's the only way to make sure it's fair, since we don't know what would receive damage from it.
That does seem fair. Okay, so I will all right, yeah, let's head over to Cape 1.
All right, so get rid of that bait, give yourself 3 stat points, and your journey begins.
Oh yeah, the stat points. 14.
Ooh, Salmon, good question. The scale of it. So I imagine the Detuned world's actually really small. When I look at all these locations, since obviously the artwork is iconized, like it's shrunk down, but it would represent maybe about like a mile of space, and then the space in between would be proportionate to that, like maybe a few miles between. Sort of like the size of like a small moon or something.
That's pretty sweet. Huh. Like a small moon. And yet the gravity is the same as Earth, right? I'm definitely overthinking this, but I mean, if it's so much smaller and the gravity is the same, I mean, that means either the planet is much more massive, or there's some weird magic stuff going on, or the laws of physics.
Well, and this place might not have the same laws of physics because it is detuned from something. It's detuned in general.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange place, and it's gonna get expanded on much more through the next big game. But I don't want to get too much into that. But this game was looking at 15 location pages and 23 total pages counting multi-cup, and Detuned World Islands is going to be probably twice that. So stay tuned. Yeah, stay tuned if you guys are interested. It won't be a while, but it'll come eventually.
Here we go. Cape 1. That is pretty sweet.
There's a song you should play for this next page.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, if you go to my channel, there's an aggressive monster theme. That was when I made it. I was thinking about this moment in the game.
All right, let me see. Oh shoot. Detuned paper. Aggressive monster fight.
Yep.
Oh man, it even has this monster.
Alright, so you get up to Cape 1, there's a colder wind blowing than anywhere else. All this long brush is overgrown and waving in the wind. And then out from the grass, you see this mall bear emerge. There's blood on his claws, and he starts charging you.
Oh no. Oh no. Shoot. Probably should have upgraded my stats.
Who's going first?
Wait, but he only has a speed of 4.
Yeah, but I mean, which monster are you bringing up first?
Sorry. Well, I guess I'll have Squidel go first, because I want to hit him with that, 20.
Yeah, do the most damage as you can early.
Yep, alright, so yeah, I'll have Squidel fight him. Squidel goes first, so yeah, I'll hit him.
Alright, so Squidel comes out, Maulbear's towering over it. It goes to slash Squidel with its claws, but it's just a little faster with its tentacle and its razor, and it gets one good slash down the middle.
Alright. So it takes the full 20 though, right?
Yeah, so Maulbear retaliates. He's pissed off. He's just this predatory beast, and out of nowhere, there's a knife coming at him. He bears down on Squidel with his full force and just 23 damage to him.
Whew. Alright, bye Squidel. I will, I guess next I'll send up Mudcrab, because that should still be enough damage to defeat him, and I am amused by the idea of Mudcrab defeating Malbear.
Yeah, and plus Mudcrab's been with you the longest too.
Yeah.
He's in it to protect you, so Mudcrab comes out and does have that higher speed. Maulbear has 10 defense left, right?
Yep.
Is that a victory?
Looks like it is.
All right, so Mudcrab manages to get that hit. Maulbear's bleeding out from Squidel's attack. Mudcrab gets one big pinch right on Maulbear's nose and knocks him out.
Sweet. So...
Alright.
Guess I should go back to the regular music now that he's defeated.
Yeah, that's like the most suspenseful track.
Yeah.
Alright, so Maulbear's down, knocked out, snoring and bleeding, and the cape has been successfully made safe for you.
Sweet. Maybe I want to capture him. Well, I'll definitely try. I mean, why not? 30 defense.
Yeah, he's an asset for sure. If you can bulk up his speed a little, slim him down, he gets like crazy stats.
Yeah.
All right, heads or tails? Well, first off, what bait are you using?
I only have grime bait.
True. So, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. One tails. I'm gonna say a little prayer before the second flip. Two tails.
Ho. Ho.
Yeah, so Maulbear's snoring. He's half awake and he just bites down on that carrot. He's tamed.
Yes. Now, who am I gonna sacrifice?
Are you gonna swap someone out for him?
I guess I have to.
I mean, you could keep him wandering and then come back and claim him later, but he is gonna be the best option.
Yeah,
You're just gonna have to do a lot of erasing.
Yeah, I guess I will trade out Scrap Pod. Wait. Mudcrab is probably the better choice to trade out in terms of
Yeah,
stats.
Mudcrab's definitely lowest ADS total.
Yeah. I feel bad getting rid of him though. He's been with me the longest, and he's the one who defeated Malbear.
Yeah, I mean, you could just think of it as letting him retire for all of his good work.
That is true. That is true.
Just make sure when you store him off to the side that you've kept track of everything, including his stat points so far.
Indeed. Yeah, I guess I'll let him retire. I mean, you know, is it really nice to him to make him fight, you know, all these other creatures? Like, letting him live peacefully is probably the best thing for him. So, I guess I'll keep track of this.
Yeah, because unlike Maulbear, he's not aggressive by nature. Maulbear probably loves to dig in and hunt.
All right, so I'll keep track of these creatures on the back of my menu screen. Let's see. Okay, Mudcrab.
JPGS, cool idea. Make a mod for it. I couldn't do that in a main release game because there is like a competitive aspect to it, even if not that many people are into it. I do want to keep everything in its own strategic manner that it's in right now.
Um,
All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to go make sure my dog has access to the backyard. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yak says R.I.P. Mud Crab. I know, I hate it. But also, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for Mud Crab. It's the best thing.
All right, I'm back.
Hey.
Fun fact, I used the Mud Crab on my first playthrough.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, first thing I tamed as well, I think.
Oh, nice. What a coincidence.
I have a video idea I'm planning on where I'm gonna, since a few people have sent in their save files, you could call them, or their menu pages with all the info on them, I'm gonna make a video like looking at what people have done and the choices they made and reviewing them.
Cool. That's a cool video idea.
Yeah, I really want to, this, I don't know how I would do it. I guess I could make like a Photoshop and put a tier list in it and then just have all the sprites uploaded into it, but I want to do like a tier list on all the monsters based on their ADS and design.
That'd be pretty sweet. Someone says, I would make the monsters look like famous PCG characters. That's cool. And he says, Zach, what's your take on this world? What do you think is happening? I don't know. I mean, well, clearly there's a military who's doing something. They're gathering people up, and they're treating these people as subjects. So it doesn't seem like we just fell through a portal by accident. It seems like someone brought us here very intentionally for some reason. But what reason? I mean, like, no one seems like they're not making anyone do slave labor that we've seen. So it seems like they're doing some sort of experimentation. That would be my, like, maybe they want to turn us into something.
And they are looking for, as you saw on the radio broadcast, they are looking for mutations in the subjects too.
Yeah, that's very true.
And keeping tabs on them. And for whatever reason, Settlement 3, wherever it may have been, is gone.
Oh, man. So,
Yak, I thought about making a Zuvak monster. I was seriously considering it, but I thought it might kind of break the aesthetic of the game.
Oh man, that would have been amazing.
I don't know. I've drawn him before in my style with like the gradient dots and the chubby cheeks and stuff, and it looked pretty cool, but it just didn't fit with like the game. Like it didn't feel like it was part of the wild.
Right. Man, that would be awesome though. Like, do you still have that drawing? I'd like to see it just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I think I do. I have this huge stack with like every sprite, like all the finalized sprites. I could find it in there.
That's awesome. Like, you should send it to me after the stream at some point if you want to.
Salmon, good inference. I think you're onto something there.
What's he saying? I think that the military found the portal and they're trying to take over the planet. And since the monsters have no human level intelligence, they can use brutal force. Very true. Interesting.
And specifically, he thinks the resources would be immeasurable.
Indeed. All right. Well, okay. So.
I think you've hit almost every location on the mainland.
Yep. Let me check off Cape 1. I didn't pick up these ground items yet. I get 2 of these mushrooms. What are the? Oh, those are baits.
That right there is fungal bait.
Yes.
So that was like part of the thing. If you want to complete that quest, you have to venture to the most dangerous area. you're kind of forced into that.
Yeah, where was that again that guy was? That was... Oh, that was Settlement 2. Yeah.
But one thing too, there is another location on the island that spawns fungal bait. This isn't really a spoiler, so I'm fine with saying it. But basically, like, you don't have to go to Cape 1, and almost practically every location except for, I guess, the stretch, port, and mountains are completely optional because it is open world, you could call it.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
Of course, you'd be like completely flimsy and have no stat points if you did that, but who knows? Maybe I should do a speed run.
Indeed. All right. By the way, what's the win condition? Or I guess, like, I'll probably find that out, right?
The what?
Like the win.
Like condition. How do you beat the game?
Yeah.
If you continue on and keep doing what you're doing, you'll get there.
Alrighty. So, for now, I'm gonna go back to Settlement 2. I guess I have to pass through Upper Bay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I was gonna write down Malbear. That's what I should be.
Yeah. You have to add Malbear back into your party too. You don't want to forget about that.
Yeah. He has 23 attack, 30 defense, and 4 speed. Also, I will give him the bowler hat from the crab.
And bulk his defense even more.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a good move.
He's just gonna be unbeatable. How much defense does that give him? That's 5, right? Oh, no.
Yeah. 35. That's like S tier tank status.
Oh, but it reduces his speed by 1. I didn't realize that before. Shoot.
Yeah, because I kind of imagine it as being like a little like condensed metalish hat.
Right. In that case, maybe I don't want to give him that hat. That's because, like, he already has so much defense that it doesn't matter, and what he needs is speed.
Yeah, and it just nerfs him.
Yeah, so maybe I will not give that to him. Maybe instead I will... I guess for now I'll let the crab keep the... Wait, no. I'll put it back in my inventory. The bowler.
Yeah. And there is technically I think it's a 30 items limit, but I mean, that's very, like, we're probably not going to reach that in this video.
Yeah.
That's just for people that are, like, playing the game to its extent and doing everything possible.
Yeah, for sure.
I haven't even finished everything yet because of the new multi cup.
Oh, dude, yeah, true. Okay, so I will what am I doing? Yeah, I wanted to give him a razor.
All right.
From Scrap Pod.
Because Scrap Pod's still not in your party, right? He's, like, off somewhere.
Scrap Pod? No.
Did you swap out Scrap Pod? Oh, yeah, you swapped out Mudcrab. My bad.
Yeah. So... Okay, so... Scrap Pod... I'll give Scrap Pod the bowler, actually.
Yeah. It's always good method to do some item distribution where it's needed.
Yeah.
I probably didn't do that enough the first time I played. I was just trying to, like, get the gist of the experience and make sure everything was balanced.
Gotcha. Alright, so, let's see. So right, I'm giving him a razor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solomon, those are all really good ideas.
Let's see. I'm going to well,
One second. I have to go do something real quick.
all right, I'll talk to chat then. Is there an anime where they find a portal? Oh, there's an anime where they find a portal to an alternate world with a monarchy government. The Japanese military is clearly superior, but they don't attack and take over, but instead take over by using manga? So basically a cultural takeover. This game reminds me of that. I couldn't even imagine the kind of scientific discoveries in this world. Seriously. Also, do they know if there are any diseases? Because the monsters could be immune while humans would catch it and die. That is true.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, sorry for all the breaks. I have a puppy.
Oh, man. Gotcha. I know how that is.
Yeah.
Someone says, do they know if there's any diseases? Because the monsters could be immune while humans would catch it and die, just like how the Native Americans died of smallpox, which was normal to Europeans but lethal to them. That's a good point.
I read that comment, and that's super... that's a really good idea to play around with. Who knows? Maybe that'll come up in a sequel.
Indeed. That would be cool. All right. So, I am going to give Malbear $11 skill points.
Jeez.
So I have 3 skill points left. How
are you distributing those?
All on speed. So he has 15.
That might break him a little. That might make the climax a little unclimactic. Just a quick warning.
All right. Oh,
one of the flaws of paper game design, but
yeah.
I mean, to keep it simple, there are some compromises.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I gotta take the best option open to me, so I don't know what else to do. So, I am going to proceed to port.
All right. Were you at the stretch?
Yeah. Wait, was I?
All right.
I thought I... Oh, no, I was at Cape
I think
1.
you traveled down there. I don't know.
That was definitely my intention to. I wanted to go back down through Upper Bay to Settlement 2, rest up.
I mean, yeah, it's just a quick trek, and you and your monsters are all pretty beefed up, so...
Yeah.
It is really interesting, the way exploration progresses, because earlier in the game you couldn't even get, a few locations without getting murked.
Yeah. For sure. All right. Yeah, let me go to port. Let me find port. Wait.
Are we, I have pretty much all night, so is this just going to be a full playthrough?
I don't know. I mean,
because there's still only a few locations, you haven't cleared out the carve, and then there's the island.
Yeah, that's true. There's only a few more. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy to stay on. I think that'd be a really cool stream, and then it'll be a full playthrough.
Yeah, I'm down to finish it. But, before I go to port, I feel like I want to go back to Settlement 2 because there was a quest I didn't finish.
Yeah, you did. You got that fungal bait that you needed for the fused men.
Yeah, this guy right over here. This see this guy, chat. This fused guy right over here. Double guy.
Guys,
yeah.
plural. So you hand them that fungal bait. They thank you graciously. There's tears in their eyes. They've never been able to go up to the far north and get that for themselves. And they hand you that nice steamed ham.
Sweet.
And that is the best bait in the game.
Yes.
That bait, you want to turn to the items page?
Okay.
It's a 1 out of 1 chance of taming.
So, guaranteed to catch the item.
Yep.
All right. I mean, catch the creature. Yeah. Steamed ham.
It's not called that officially. It's just the last item. It's called charred bait.
Okay, gotcha. But I already wrote steamed ham, so I'll stick with it for now.
You can nickname your items. New PCG rule for this stream. You can nickname an item.
Sweet. All right. All right. So now let's check out port. Okay.
JPGS, thank you.
All right, let's see. We've got this nice sandy castle-y area looking place.
Yeah, so your feet are wet, your monsters are all tired. You made your journey from the stretch to the port through that shallow area. And here you are, you're greeted with this big cement fixture, and there's a big flag waving in the air.
Oh, shoot. Interesting. And there's this guy over here. He says, they said a subject might reach the island. Never thought it would happen.
Yeah, he kind of has a weird look in his eye. Like he's waving at you like he's all friendly, but you get up close and you see that badge on him and you realize he is in fact another military member.
Well, does he attack or can I just talk to him?
He attacks. You could talk it. You could try to talk it out, but either way, those monsters are going to come at you since that's his job.
Gotcha. Out of curiosity, for the people who are playing, at home or without you around, how do you know which people attack and which ones don't? Or I guess you don't know?
It's official in the rules that if there are monsters accompanying someone, they do attack you.
Gotcha. I see. Okay.
Because this game, it really is like distinguished from Pokemon. Like one of my biggest goals with my Detuned World games is that they're not Pokemon clones, because it's not like this world where people have friendly battles with monsters. Like the monster taming just happens to be part of it.
Right.
And if someone has them, those are weapons. Those are tamed animals that are ready to get down.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So, alright, so left to right, so he sends out his Alpha Shark first?
Yep.
Alright, I will send out my Malbear first. With 15
the
speed.
OP bear.
Yeah. And I will hit his Alpha Shark for 28 damage.
Yeah, so Malbear's been beefed up. That thing's just godly now, and he can tear through that shark like it's nothing.
Heck yeah. Alright, so next he sends up Spineller. Spinneler, right. Sorry.
And that one's going to be just as easy to defeat because Malbear has those fangs and claws versus just a little beast.
Indeed. And he takes no damage because he still has more speed than Spinneler.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at earlier, how the speed attack stats can be a little broken.
Yeah.
But when you are playing against other players, obviously there's counters.
Gotcha. Okay, so alright, so I defeat him. Can I talk to him now?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be like, alright, who are you and what are you military people doing to us?
So he tells you, he's a little cheery with what he's doing. He's like, oh, I'm a Navy recruit. But then he stops himself And he kind of looks down at his feet and he says, "The chairman told me not to tell anybody stuff."
And I said, well, the chairman isn't here with a giant malbear threatening to attack you, so perhaps you should reconsider.
That's true. You can kill him if you want.
Yeah.
But this guy's frozen in fear because this chairman guy must be something. He really doesn't want to tell you anything despite what's facing him.
By the way, Salman asks, Detuned Paper, do you have any videos on Detuned world lore?
I've dropped like little tidbits of it in videos, but I kind of liked to keep it mysterious, which I'm still trying to do somewhat. And I think a lot of it can be gathered from playing the game, but part of the fun of it is that it is this mysterious place and it's kind of dark and you don't really know what's going on.
Indeed. That is pretty sweet. Okay, so what am I doing? I'll say, who is like, where are you military people from? Like, are you from Earth or are you native to this place?
He says, "Oh, well, I can tell you that if that's all you're gonna ask. Of course, we're from the same place as you."
Okay. And who do you work for? Are you from an organization? Like, are you part of a military on Earth or not?
He says, "What's with all the questions?" And he interrupts you and then runs away.
All right. These military guys.
Yeah, and he just leaves his dead alpha shark floating in the water.
Okay, well, I guess there's nothing else. Oh, I can grab that grenade. That's a grenade, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say this is ×2. Okay, so I will
I'm gonna go. My dinner just got here. I'm gonna grab it and I'll be right back again.
Okay. So someone said before, so the military is testing on the other people, but what about the player, you? Is that why the military attacks you, but not other NPCs? Wait, the military's testing other people, but what about you? Is that why the military attacks you, but not the other NPCs? I thought he was just testing on everyone. I mean, they called me the subject as well, so probably there's some sort of, like, either they plan to do an experiment at some point, or some experiment is being conducted without my knowledge or something. I don't know. Probably that would be my guess.
All right, I'm back.
Hey. All right, so all right, well, let's head over to Forest.
All right.
Forest. We got Brushlug and Moosel.
Yeah, I remember you saying you were a fan of the Moosel.
I am very much a fan of the Moosel. That guy's awesome.
He was for anyone that follows all the beta updates, he was actually going to be on the cover initially.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Okay, so
you get here, you're taking your steps into the island, And you already noticed the climate's definitely a little different out here. It's not necessarily tropical or anything, but it is a little more hot and humid. And it seems like the monsters here grow a lot larger, which is kind of like reverse island logic in the real world.
Interesting. I wonder why that would be. All right, well, either way, neither of these creatures are... Wow, Brushslug has just all the defense. Yet still not as much as my Malbear.
Because Malbear has that thick, like, bear coat on him.
Yeah.
Malbear is a beast to be reckoned with.
Indeed.
Like, whether you tamed him or not could have seriously altered the progression of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so I don't feel like I need these guys for anything, so I guess I'll just leave them alone. I will take the ground items. We got 2 strawberries. That's fresh bait, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's fresh bait 2. And we got a bowler hat.
JPGS, why do I think that Detuned World Islands could be like Detuned World Tropics? Because it pretty much is a reboot of that, since the Detuned World groundwork has been laid with all the like the hand-drawn games, which are sort of like prototypes since they were never released. But yeah, Detuned World Islands will have some stuff from Tropics in it.
Sweet. Okay, so by the way, Detuned Paper, as long as I have you on here, random question, but you mentioned before about someone else making a mod for Detuned World. Like generally, how do you feel about other people making their own Detuned World, like add-ons, spin-offs, you know, other...
As long as they've contacted me first, I'm totally cool with it. I just don't like when someone uploads something using like my content that I like really put time into formatting and drawing, and I've made it clear I have like that really bugs me, but gotcha. I'm totally cool with all that community stuff as long as I'm in the know about it.
All right, cool. All right, I think I've done everything I need to do in Forest. Wait, there's more radio broadcasts. Are they the same ones?
Yeah, that one page has all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, in hindsight, it probably would have been more interesting to go through them as you explore.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't realize we'd be playing the whole game.
Right. All right, so I'll check out Forest. Let's go check out Mountains. Of course, it's the very last page I look at. Anyway, we've got Mountains.
JPGS, the games that are properly canon are all the digital releases. So far, Detuned World Wasteland and this game.
Sweet.
But Detuned World Wasteland offers like very limited lore. It was like a very rough introduction to the franchise, I guess you could say.
Cool.
All right. So we're here at the mountains. Again, it's very hot and humid. There's just some grass growing, and there's these 2 spires of rock coming out of the ground. A little bit of moss growing on them. And up there you see another prominent sonar tower, and there appears to be another person in military uniform up there.
Sweet. Oh, but he doesn't have... Oh, I don't fight him.
It's a girl.
Oh, so it is.
Yeah.
She says...
So she mistakes you for a cadet because, you know, there's probably new cadets coming in, and she doesn't assume that a subject would have made it this far.
I say. She says, "Why aren't you in uniform, cadet? Get back to collecting samples." I'll be like, yes, ma'am." All right.
Yeah, so she gives you a quest right there, which is to defeat 3 Rattlelords. So that's just another way to get a strange injection. Not that your monsters need it right now, but that is what that's there for if you want to do it.
Indeed.
And real quick, the wind blows a little harder than it's been blowing. And you look up into the sky and you realize there's an aggressive monster coming towards you. And its name's Eagle Lord.
Oh. Eagle Lord. That guy is intense. All right. 22.
Yeah, Eagle Lord's ADS wise is like probably the second best monster in the game.
After Malbear.
Not Malbear. There's these 4 monsters that you can only get through fighting other players in the post game.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I will yeah, I go
So
first.
who's going out?
Malbear, because he has 15 speed.
What speed is Malbear at?
15.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go first, and I will hit him for 28 damage.
Yeah, so Eagle Lord, it is usually the predator where it lives, but it didn't realize that you brought a Malbear with you. And Malbear can just kind of grab it out of the sky, some feathers go flying, and it can just chomp down on it.
Oh, Eagle Lord. Oh, no. All right, so, well, my quest is to defeat 3 Rattlelord. So I will defeat this one.
That's an Eagle Lord. Rattlelords are the snakes that spawn next to it.
I know, but like, there's one right here. So now that the Eagle Lord.
Oh, I thought you were just referring to the Eagle Lord that we already fought.
Oh, no.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the only one that spawned at the moment, so that's obviously an easy victory for the powerful bear himself.
Yep. Okay, so I probably just gained a bunch of skill points. I get 3 skill points.
Yeah, 4.
4?
4 because 3 from Eagle Lord and 1 from Rattlelord.
All right, so we're up to 7.
Same as the amount of viewers.
Oh, indeed. All right, so let's go on to the next place. That was forest. Let's head over to mountains.
Or you did forest and mountains so far.
Oh, yeah, I'm in mountains. What am I talking about? All right, so I'll check off. Oh, I'll take the dagger.
Yeah, so it's pretty much from here on out, Cape 2 and military base.
All right, let me check off mountains. Let's head out. Let's check out Cape 2.
Salmon, it really depends for expected playtime, because like when I played it took me a lot longer since I wasn't like taming the powerful monsters. I was just going for like a specific team that I wanted to build. And since everything's out of order, you could like get stranded on the island, get defeated, have to go back. There's all sorts of factors for playtime.
Indeed.
Plus, if you add in multi-cup, that's like a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I guess I will we got Iranute. This guy totally reminds me of a Psyduck.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of people told me that's like the most Pokemon-like one, so I ended up changing its name from Psynute to Iranute to avoid overlap.
Gotcha. But Irinu is a lot like my Malbear. Low speed, high attack and defense, except not as powerful as my Malbear. So, actually, he does have higher base attack than my Malbear. Whatever, I don't need him, and I don't need Supile either. I will take the fungal bait.
Yeah, Cape 2 is a pretty barren location. It's kind of just like this moist swamp area up north.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's head back down to mountains. Do I have to? I guess I have to fight Eagle Lord again. But it doesn't matter.
But that's easy dub. Easy dub for the broken Malbear.
Yep. Do I get more skill points every time I do that, or?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Assuming you didn't go the long way and go through the port.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just go through mountains, and yeah, I'll 3 skill points from him, so 10. Okay, so Cape 2 is done. So, should I check out military base, or should I go back and beat that guy from the carve? Then again,
military base is like theoretically the final location, but you could of course do it and then go back to the carve. It would just be a different difficulty.
Okay. I'll do that then. I'll head over to military base.
All right.
Alrighty. Oh, and look.
There's a song you gotta play for this section.
Alrighty. What is it?
It's Chairman boss fight, and I'm gonna be back in one more second. Sorry for all the breaks.
No worries. Chat, you haven't been saying stuff. You need to say stuff for me to react to. I guess chat's tired. It's been a while. Who's even
All right, I'm back.
Hey.
Do you have the music ready?
Yep.
All right.
He says, I'm the chairman of this project.
There is an aggressive monster though, real quick beforehand.
Oh, before I meet him, okay.
And that's a guardard. So you get to the military base, you go up towards the door and you expect to be able to just slide it open. But when you touch it, these arms, legs, and a head pop out and this thing comes up and faces you.
45 defense. Alright, well, clearly Malbear has more speed than him, so Malbear will hit him for 28. So he goes down to, let's see, he was at 45, so he goes down to 25, and then 17.
Yeah, so that guardard, Malbear manages to get one slash as hard as he can through the steel in the door and deal some damage to the creature inside.
Okay.
So with Guardard taken care of, the door is open and the military base is yours to enter. The whole place is dimly lit, and in the very back you can see what looks like a small control room.
Okay. Well, I don't know why it auto-played onto this random piano therapy music.
Yeah, that's not climactic for this fight.
Not at all. Do you have another particular song or?
You can just loop the chairman battle theme since it's time to face him.
So now he says, I'm the chairman of this project, the Detuned world. Prepare to be executed for trespassing.
He tips his hat to you, and he puts it back on his head. And then behind him, there's these 3 big cages that all unlock simultaneously, and out come his monsters.
Oh, sweet. One of them is a rattle lord. That's the one I have to kill for that quest, right?
Yeah, it overlaps with that.
Awesome. Okay, so let's beat some Gardard. This one has 50 defense.
Yeah, so that Gardard has some gold plating on it. It's been modified and it's ready to take some hits.
Alrighty, well, my Malbear is down to 20 defense. But he still has the speed advantage, so alright, I'll hit him for 28, so basically he can take 2 hits from me, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'll hit him. So I guess it's his turn. And
yeah. So Malbear manages to claw through the metal once again, dealing some damage to the creature. But then he kind of gets Malbear in a headlock and headbutts him.
Okay, so that is 13 damage. Malbear is down to 7.
Yeah, so for once, Malbear's feeling a little shaky on his feet.
Then I will have Malbear finish him off.
All right, Malbear gets out of the headlock as much as he can and just slams Gardard on his back, cracking the wall and defeating him.
Alrighty. Okay, so then looks like we're up against another Malbear.
So Malbear takes his eyes up from the corpse of the Gardard, and out from the second cage comes another Malbear itself.
But a Malbear with much lower speed.
Yes, indeed.
So I will hit Malbear for 28 damage, so he's on 2.
All right, so it's Malbear on Malbear wrestling match, claws against claws, and you manage to get a good slash against it.
All right, but then he takes me out, it seems.
Yeah, so for the first time, Malbear falls in a little puddle of blood, and he's out of the game.
Oh, shoot. All right, well then,
How much defense does the enemy Malbear have remaining?
2.
All right, you got to make this hit count.
All right, well, I'll send up Scrap Pod. He has 10 speed and attack of 11. So yeah, I'll take him out.
All right, so that Malbear's wounded as much as it can be to still be up, and Scrap Pod just gets one little bite against him, knocks him out.
All right, and finally we've got Rattlelord. 27 attack, 23 HP, and 13 speed. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, so you hear some sort of like rattling noise from below your feet, and you realize that the third cage is completely empty. You look down, and there comes Rattlelord with its fangs bared.
Alright, so it takes out my Scrap Pod, right? Like,
yeah.
Alright, so what else have I got? Nothing. It's gonna take
It's
out
just your
Scrap-
character?
Well, I mean, I could bring out Squidell, but its speed is lower than Scrap Pod, and it has only 11 defense. So Rattlelord will take that out. Then I can go up against it with my character, but my speed is also lower than its.
Your back's totally against the wall here, but let's take a look at your inventory really quick, because you've come this far, you can't go back losing.
Okay. Wait, so I can use inventory in the middle of a fight?
For the sake of this stream, you can.
Okay. In that my case, strange injection.
That adds 5 stat points to any stat.
Well, let's see. Can I use multiple items? In like,
If you have 2 strange injections.
I thought I did have 2, but I only.
I
wrote
think you
one.
did have 2 as well. I think you did have 2.
All right, we'll call it 2 then.
I'm pretty sure you picked up a second one earlier.
Let's see. Right
And for
now-
those watching, this is like Fallout VATS. Like, time's just frozen right now. He's in his thoughts trying to figure out how to survive because there's so much adrenaline.
Yeah. Okay, so he already has 20 base attack. So if I use those 2 strange injections on Squidel, that should do it, right? Because I can give him +5 speed. Wait, no, because that only brings him up to 11 speed.
You could put them both into speed.
Yeah, but then he won't have enough attack to take out Rattlelord.
Choices. I think this might be a loss. I think the chairman might have an up on you.
I don't know. I'm not ready to give up just yet. Wait, what does Grenade do again?
Grenade drops 4 defense from any aggressive monster when you enter a location.
Does that count?
Only when it's equipped. Only when it's equipped, though.
Oh, but it wasn't equipped. Okay. And I can't apply stat points in the middle of the battle, right?
I'm gonna say, to make this fair, since we are giving like a little bit of live stream leeway, either stat points or strange injections.
Well, stat points would be a bit better because I could distribute them however I want. And it's the same
It's
number,
your
right?
choice.
I have 10 stat points.
Yeah.
So let's see, because then I could, let's see. At minimum, I have to have 13 speed for it to at least be a coin toss. So to bring them up to 13, I would need 7. Leaving 3 for attack. That's exactly right. Oh my goodness.
All right, so it's all gonna come down to a coin flip.
Yep.
All right, here it is. So you and Squidel are up against the wall. You give it a pat on the back. You give it those stat points, and that Rattlelord slithers up to you. Heads or tails?
Tails.
All right. I'm gonna be honest here.
All right.
Tails.
Oh.
Tails.
Oh.
All right. So Squidel's up behind you, and as Rattlelord's about to bear down on your character and bite you to death, its tentacle reaches between your legs and slashes the Rattlelord.
Whew. All right, so Rattlelord
And
is out.
Now, although you wouldn't be able to win, this is where if you really want to take revenge, you can kill the chairman for everything he's done.
Well, I'm going to have Squidel. Can I have Squidel restrain him with his tentacles?
Since the game's practically beaten at this point, yes.
Okay, and then I will say to him, what is this all about? Who are you? Why are you doing this?
So Squidel has a little bit of slime left over on his tentacles. He's kind of slipping out, but he looks you in the eyes. He sees all the cuts and bruises on you after the battle, and he just tips his hat to you one more time. He slips out of Squidel's tentacles, throws this mysterious landmine on the ground. It opens up a bright green flash, and he jumps through a portal and escapes.
Whoa.
But now, left behind on the ground, if you look at the reward, +1 portal opener. That little item right there, that's a secret item that's not on the items page that allows you to leave back to Earth and beat the game.
Yeah. Sweet. But
So that's it. The military base is left in ruins. You're there, you have your portal opener, you have your monsters.
yes. Well, that is it. I have beaten the game. I've conquered the Detuned world. Wait. I've not conquered the Detuned world. I've not conquered the carve.
That's true.
That's gonna bug me. I want to go back and do that right now. If you
There's
don't mind.
still one military member. He's probably noticed that there's something off since there's no signals coming to him from the base anymore. He's wondering what's going on, but he's positioned at his post ready to face you when you come back.
All right. Well, let's go face him. Wait. Also, how am I where else is there a Rattlelord? Like, I've beaten 2 of them.
If you return, right now your monsters are totally destroyed though, so you'd have to heal with the bait, but if you return to the mountains, another one will spawn when you revisit a location.
Right. Okay. All right. So,
And you do, just so you know, let me calculate it. You have like 9 extra stat points, and that's not even counting any that we missed on the journey over here because you just defeated 3 enemy monsters from a person.
sweet. So I spent all 10, but now I have 9 new ones.
That was a pretty satisfying conclusion.
Yeah, for real. I did not break the game as much as I thought I had with that malbear.
Yeah, that was one thing I tweaked when I was like literally like an hour before the trailer I uploaded with the link. I totally buffed the chairman because it was just way too easy.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like his signature Rattlelord. I feel like if I ever made a comic or something, that would be what he was depicted with the most because it's just so menacing.
Indeed. Ooh, that Rattlelord. That was intense. Alright, so, I'm not gonna go back through mountains because that has an aggressive monster.
That is the only way to kill another Rattlelord and complete the quest, though, because that's where they spawn.
I know, but I have to heal before I go back there. I want to go back to a
True.
settlement. Let's see. Yeah, let's go through forest. Forest seems pretty chill. I'll go to from forest. I'll go back to port. Port also doesn't have any aggressive monsters. I'll go to the stretch.
Yeah, if you're just taking the trip to Settlement 1, there's no AGs except for that Melocore, which you can pretty much disregard.
Okay, so sure. I will go to Settlement 1, heal up, and then head for the carve. And there's nothing in between Settlement 1 and the carve, right?
Yeah, you can just head over there, yeah.
Okay, so, this guy, I'll come back, I'll be like, hey buddy, remember me?
Yeah. So he looks at you, he kind of gives you like a glare, he doesn't know why you're back already after he destroyed you twice.
I'll say, like, yeah, I'm here to destroy you this time. So I will send out my my malbear.
Yeah, so he asks you, he's like, wait a minute, are you the same person that just went to the military base? Because on his little hand radio that he has for himself, his walkie-talkie from the military, there was a distress signal sent out by the chairman saying that there was a malbear coming for him.
Oh, shoot.
Which is an ironic situation since the chairman let his soldiers die by a Malbear up at the Cape.
Yeah, for sure. Forgot to add in the stats from when I allocated stat points before.
Yeah, the magic PCG moment.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I will. I'll send out Malbear. He's sending out Sabercat. All right, so
So it's that same Sabercat from before. He sniffs the air. He knows the scent of his prey since he's already gone after you twice, and he's ready to get down.
I sure hope he enjoys it. I will. Malbear goes first, looks like. So I will attack him for 28.
Yep.
Bam.
Malbear can unleash all of his anger from being defeated.
Alright, now let's attack Rocher. Oh. Rocher actually has the same speed as Malbear, so it is a toss-up.
Heads or tails?
Tails.
Alright. Heads.
Heads. Okay, so Rocher goes first.
Yeah, so Rocher scuttles up with his little insect legs and just barely manages to land a bite on Malbear.
Alrighty. So, he hits Malbear for 18. So Malbear is down to 8. Alright, and then Malbear will easily take out Rocher by the looks of it.
Yeah, so, he's got some, insect poison stuff going on, and he manages to get a good chunk of damage in.
Alright, so now the third Rocher. I mean, the second Rocher, the third creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll, once again, it's a coin toss. Because they have the same.
All right, you going tails again?
Yes.
All right. Tails.
All right. So I got him. He only has 10 defense, so bam.
Yeah, so this Rocher doesn't have quite the wits of the first one, and it manages to get outsped by the Malbear and destroyed.
And I will say to him, hey, what's going on? Now that I've beaten you, tell me what you know. Why are your people experimenting on us?
So he tells you, do you have any idea what the chairman's going to do if I start talking?
And I'll say, do you have any idea what I'm going to do if you don't?
He still keeps his lips shut. He's like, well, as long as the chairman's here, I'm not risking it.
I'll say, listen, I just beat the chairman, so as far as I'm concerned, he is lesser than me. Why don't you join my side and help me, and that way you will be protected from the chairman.
So he scoffs at you. He's like, what do you mean you beat the chairman? That's ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
I beat him. I just defeated the...
And then he says, why am I even wasting time on a subject? And he turns around and starts to walk away very slowly.
I'll say, come with me to the military base. I'll show you. He's not there anymore because I beat him.
He stops walking away and turns back and says, all right, you're serious.
That's right.
Ooh, Salman, good idea. Show him the portal opener. That's proof.
Oh, yeah, true. I will do that. I'll show him the portal opener.
That's the quicker route. So he's convinced now, and he'll listen to you for at least a brief minute.
All right. All right. So I will. I'll tell him listen, dude, come with me. And the chairman won't be able to harm you because, if I can beat him clearly, he won't be a threat to you with me around. Look at this Malbear.
And the chairman straight up left behind everything.
Yeah.
He just left the Detuned world. He'd rather save himself than the soldiers.
Yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm the new chairman. Now, wouldn't you rather be on the winning side? And I promise I'm going to be a better boss than the chairman was.
So he's like, all right, fine, I'll tell you what you want, but I'm not leaving this outpost. I still have a job to uphold.
All right. What is it?
Well, it's a study.
A study? For what purpose?
We're feeling out this place. Obviously, you've realized this isn't the same world that you once knew.
True. So, why are you testing the Earth people?
He tells you, listen, you've seen some of the stuff that lives here. You just assume people can live here safely. There's regulations,
So you're testing Earth people to see if they can live safely in Detuned world?
Yeah, that's the gist of it. I'm pretty much in the same boat as you here. We're just here to keep tabs on you, which we obviously haven't done well enough.
I see. And who do you work for? Are you like the U.S. military or what?
What the hell is the U.S., he says?
I thought you're from Earth.
I am?
So like, you're not familiar with the United States?
Listen, man, you're pulling my leg. There ain't no place called the United States, he says, and he goes back into his outpost.
Ooh. Well, that is interesting. Now
because who's to say the Detuned world Earth is the same thing as our Earth?
That's true. That is true.
Who's to say?
All right. Well, that is interesting.
Yeah.
But regardless, let me head back over to that island. The last thing I want to do is I want to finish that. Wait, unless you don't want to stay. Like, if you're tired, I don't blame you. But
no, I'm happy to stay. Because I still want to look at. I want to, like, once you're done with everything, I want to look at multi-cup really quick.
Alrighty, sure. Okay, so yeah, let me head back up to the island because I want to finish that quest. And then I want to end my playthrough by going back to the military base and perhaps claiming it as my own.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much have. You can just hang out there now. It's not like you can heal there, though, because the danger level is still like 4.
Fair enough.
And fun fact, too, the military base is the only place with a danger level of 4, deservingly.
All right. Wow. So, yeah, like, there weren't any AG monsters in the way, right?
I mean, there are, but at this point, like, you're, like, S-tier team.
Yeah.
It's nothing that would be much of a roadblock. It's just free stat points, if anything.
Alrighty. So, that being the case, where is the, yeah, I want to go back to the mountains. Assuming I can find them. Here we go. And I guess I have to fight Eagle Lord again.
Yeah, but, I mean, Malbear's just a beast.
Yeah, so...
He's beat him once, he can beat it again.
Alright, so beats him again. So I get 3 more skill points.
Yeah.
Alright.
And you're going to want to save those, because once you're done with everything, that's when, like, the real challenge begins, because that's when you're going to be playing against other players.
Oh, man.
And assuming other people have probably like maxed their 30 limit for everything.
Oh man. All right, fair enough. I will now kill Rattlelord.
Yeah, so Maulbear can just stomp on that one because it's nothing like the one the chairman had.
Yep, 1 skill point from that, right?
Yeah, 1.
Okay, and I will talk to the military person, and I will...
Yeah, so she hands over a strange injection, she thanks you, and she still asks you why you're not in uniform and scolds you a little bit, but she just gets back to studying what she was working on.
Okay, can I tell her, it's because I'm actually not a cadet, I'm actually the guy who just conquered this island, so therefore you work for me now unless you'd like to fight about it?
So she realizes that you're actually not a cadet, but because of what she's seen the chairman do and how strong he is, there's no doubt in her mind that you're just a subject. There's no way you could have beaten him, so she just engages you in combat with her ADS.
Okay,
And also, anyone watching, keep in mind we're doing like PCG stuff here. Like, this is not part of the main game. Usually fighting her would be like your choice to go and do.
Yeah.
We're spicing it up a little for the stream.
Via says you guys been playing for 2 hours. I know, we're almost done. Don't worry.
It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Can I have like Maulbear like just knock her out without killing her since we're doing PCG stuff?
Well, what are her stats?
She has a defense of 19.
I mean, she's an entity in combat. You're killing her either way. Combat has begun.
Maybe I need... Yeah, I guess I have no choice.
Yeah, she's just an NPC, to be fair, and she's a military member. She wouldn't hesitate to do the same if you were a little weaker and she could.
True. I don't really have much choice. All right, so I guess I'll take her out. And, Detuned World, I assume, is... Ooh, I get that,
Strange injection.
Yeah. I didn't use the other 2, right? So I have 3 now.
Yeah, you have 3. That's like 15 whole points you could invest.
All right. Well, let's head over to the military base and end our playthrough.
Yeah, you just want to save the game there so you can exit out?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good spot.
Yeah.
And we should take a quick look at like the pages we didn't look at during the gameplay because there's some post-game stuff.
Let's see what we got. Like the menu pile?
Yeah, there's like we should look at the skills page and the multi-cut page. Probably skills first.
Okay. Let's see. Grenadier. When used, any AG monster in the location loses 4 defense.
Yeah, so that's the one I talked about earlier that you get for equipping the grenade.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other ones all just sort of offer like a little benefit, but most of them aren't worth the stat points. They're just for people that really want to make it like easier, avoid combat. And then the last skill, the gambler skill, is pretty important.
When entering a location with a danger level above 1, gain +1 random item.
Yeah, so that way, even though items don't respawn, you can keep a supply of bait for those completionists that want to tame everything.
Oh, man.
And you can even get more equipable items for building your competitive team, since you will run out of like daggers and stuff.
Well, that is really cool.
Yeah, and they all have little icons too, for those who can't see it. And then yeah, and then the last page is just multi-cup. Thanks, Yak. I love Maulbear too.
Malbear is pretty epic. Fan. Multi-cup. In multi-cup, you can test your group against other players' groups. Victories can cause new monsters to spawn in certain locations.
That page had to get redone 3 times because of the apostrophe in players.
So, let's see. We got pestfly, quail, protile. Oh wow, that's a lot of defense. And
yeah, Protile's the speed tank. He's like something that is like really viable. Like he has pretty crazy stats. And basically the way this works, there's these 4 tiers for the monsters that are eligible to use. But like most of the ones you have for your playthrough, you could just throw in the circle tier. And then the locations in the top right, if you win in one of the tiers, that monster spawns at that location. And then you can go out and hunt for it yourself and catch it.
Sweet.
And actually, could you put on the aggressive monster theme really quick? So I have my save file here, and all my monsters fall into circle tier 2 actually, minus my Armapod. So you want to enter combat or what?
Oh, sure.
All right. I'll excuse I can't use my Armapod if we're doing circle tier because his stats go over 50. Or I guess Maulbears do too, so we have to fight in the trophy tier. That's the last one. So I'm leading. I have an Iranute with 28 attack, 25 defense, and 5 speed.
But only 5 speed. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't work on him too much.
Alright, so my Mulbear fights him?
Yeah. What's Maulbear's attack again?
28 right now.
Alright, so that gets 4 up on my defense, so Iranute gets slashed and just gets obliterated.
Nice.
Alright, next up I got a Musil, 28 attack, 22 speed, and 18, or 28 attack, 22 defense, and 18 speed.
Oh no, Musil! I feel bad destroying a Musil, but...
Well, what's your Maulbear speed?
15.
I have 18.
Who? Okay. And what's
So 28 attack to, what's Maulbear's defense?
30.
Alright, so two defense remaining. And I got 22 defense on the Musil.
Alright. Let me look at this. Yeah, so I guess I'll destroy the Musil. Wait, how much health did
Yeah, I mean, I didn't prepare for a Maulbear. I only have 22 defense.
Oh man.
Alright, Musil gets mauled. I mean, that's the food chain of moose versus a bear. So next up, my last monster, I have an Armapod, 17 speed, 31 attack, and 17 speed, 31 defense, and 26 attack.
Wow. Wait, what was the speed again?
Does that outspeed? 17.
Yeah, it does.
Alright, I outspeed, so 26, Maulbear's down.
Yeah, and then you just pretty much win because you outspeed everything
Yeah,
else.
that's Armapod right there. That's why. Armapod and Maulbear as monsters are like some of the most competitively viable. So good game.
Yeah, for sure. Next time
That was a fantastic fight.
Indeed.
But for the sake of this, before the battle's over, I'm just gonna throw a white flag and say that you won because I want to show the multi-cup feature as the last thing.
Okay.
So yeah, with giving surrender, you win, and that means that the raptor spawns at the military base.
Ooh. Sweet.
Because it only does take 1 victory in each tier for new spawn.
Nice.
So you can head back to the military base and tame it for yourself now. It's been released into the wild.
That's awesome. So can you like fight with other people in like, I don't know, game rooms on the Discord or whatever and like release monsters?
Yeah, totally.
That's awesome.
That's the goal.
and and can like, do you gain skill points for beating other people?
That's actually like one of the holes in the rules. I don't think I've filled that in yet. I would say no because I mean you could already grind off of wild monsters, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't added a full Google Doc section for multi-cup yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So are you gonna go after the raptor?
Uh, sure, why not?
That's the reward.
Oh wait, but I'd have to use more skill points to do that though. Wait,
Yeah, Raptor has the best stats of anything probably because that thing is like just apex predator.
However, I can easily beat him if, before I fight him, I give 10 more stat points to Malbear for his speed.
Honestly, it's worth it as long as you don't exceed 30. Because Malbear's at what, like 20, 21-ish stat points? If you add that?
No, he was at 11. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 21 in total.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now he has 25 speed. So yeah, now he will just obliterate Raptor.
Yeah, but let's go to the page and do it first.
All right. Where is?
Because that was my favorite part about like when I added multi-cup is that you still have to go out and find the monster. It doesn't just get gifted to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like if you prove your power in multi-cup, it just changes the detuned world and allows it to spawn.
That is really cool. I do like that concept a lot. Okay, so yeah, I mean I was already on military base, so I guess.
Yeah. So you get back into your game, you look around the military base, and you notice that there's like these really long claw marks on the wall, and they're all kind of leading towards the exit.
Mm-hmm. I
It's
guess
not AG though.
Yeah. I guess I'll follow
It's
it
your
anyway.
choice if you want to fight him.
Well, why not?
Yup.
All right, yeah. So I will have my Malbear take him out.
Yeah, because Malbear has that speed. He's been through all the adventures, all those stat points. He easily takes him out, and now you have a chance to tame it.
And I will. Ooh, should I use my?
Are you gonna use the charred bait?
Well, what else am I gonna use it on? Honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's the best monster in the game. Good choice.
Yeah. All right.
All right, charred bait goes. Heads or tails, doesn't matter. It's tamed.
Sweet. All right, it got me a raptor.
Yeah. Yeah, and as far as other content goes, you can pretty much just play competitively, build monsters, get the other 3, and that's about it.
All right, sweet. If at any point anyone in chat wants to try and challenge my team, hit me up on the Discord. We'll do it in a game room.
Yeah. And that was a super good stream. Thanks everyone for watching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head out.
All right.
You
Thanks
can
so much for
download the
joining.
game and
Detuned
print it out
Yeah.
on my page. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Everyone should check out Detuned Paper's channel. It's called Detuned Paper. Yeah, as you can see, he makes a lot of really cool stuff. And Detuned Paper, you are definitely welcome to come back on any other time and play future games, because this was definitely a lot of fun.
All right. Yeah, we should host like a little like a multi-cup thing with other people too.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's a really good idea.
All right.
All right, man. Thanks for.
I'm gonna go out. Good night, everyone.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. Whew, what a stream. I'll see if chat has any last minute things to say I need to respond to. Alternate universe Earth, this is interesting. Yes, it is. I love Malbear. Yeah, he's pretty epic. You guys, oh, this is a while ago. That was pretty dang suspenseful. Yes, it was. Yak. Yes, it was. Yak said that was great. Love the stream. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. This is a really fun game. I'm glad I finally got a chance to play Detuned World. It is pretty intense, and yeah, definitely thanks for watching, everyone. I do think I will sign off as well, rather than doing some like wiki stuff or whatever, because I am pretty tired as well. But thanks so much for watching, you guys, and PCG later.